56 in his young career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And out come the Dolphins now. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off play action, Tannehill. On the right side, over is Gesicki. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And, partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go downfield and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Yeah, absolutely right, and he can do it with the best of them.
Yeah, and how about him in his high school video? Did you ever see any of that with him dunking basketballs and spiking volleyballs? His athletic ability is off the charts.
Run. Deep.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, 20.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
This is taken at the 23. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Raiders have recovered. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on,
we went with desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this position.
That didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On first, here's Washington. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Get down.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Garden. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll start with a give here to Ballon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it?
Now Tannehill. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's second down.
Hurry! Where you at? Zebra. Tiger.
On second down, here's Tannehill. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Amendola catching it left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he whips that one incomplete there. Kenny Stills the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Dawson's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now here come the Raiders. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punt.
26. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Carr now to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Quinn in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
He'll look to set up his blockers. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily done.
And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Play. Yep, 28. There you go.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Here's Tannehill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Carr finds Roberts left side. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Get set, get set. We're good.
Carr now on 1st down. the collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Carr now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Roberts. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders get a score closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here we go. Triple left.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. It's not a bad.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Tannehill. Now he's flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Take it at the 37. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one is incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
50-50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Right back to him on the first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Going deep here for Parker. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Off play action, Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah. On that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Hey, 20. Play.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Now Dawson for the extra point. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Now Carr steps away to his left. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The drive will commence with a run by Milwaukeej. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And an alley to run. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it completes it to Jordan Nelson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. On 1st down, Carr being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him lead the game out that way.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Cameron Wake in there to get him for a loss of 5. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Shotgun now for Carr. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Buying time is left. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Lynch. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. From the gun, it's Carr. That is incomplete. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. And it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Forced out to his left. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Lynch. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw his Carr, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Cameron Wake in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back. preferably a takeaway.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Again, it's Milwaukee, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Dolphins on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Right back to Drake. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Miami, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.